And I already screwed up. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It is happening. We've got him on the show. This is What's Up. Comic Tom, how the heck you doing?
I'm doing so good. Chilling with my cat. You know, just
you like my
waiting
intro?
and waiting. Just like I'm so nervous, man.
Bated breath, bro. I've been nervous for like 2 weeks trying to get you on the shit, and then you get sick, and then
I was avoiding you.
I know you were dodging.
I was worried. I was trying to dodge you. You know, left, right. I'm sick. I'm going to Vegas. I have to do this. You know,
every excuse known to me.
I ran out of excuses. That's actually what's happened. But I'm here now, and no, I really do appreciate you reaching out, man. It's cool. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, I reached out to you. I said, Comic Tom, I have beef with you.
That's true.
Not only did you like instantly respond, you didn't. First off, you didn't know who the fuck I was.
I didn't know you were
Daniel. And then
I'm like, yo, like, oh yeah, what's up, dude? Like that's actually what thing. Like, yo, if you like have a question or you got beef with me, you can like DM me on Instagram and I will see it and I can communicate. I appreciate when people are like, hey, I got a question and I want some clarification on something you said. And you know, a lot of people don't reach out, but you reached out. The thing is it comes through as your name. So I'm like, oh, yeah. Who's this guy? That's cool. Happy to answer a question. And then you're like, I want to have you on my show. And I'm like, oh, okay. So like, you know, I have a list of people that I have told I will be on their show at some point, and it's a process to make that happen. Yeah, it's tough, man. There's a lot of requests. But then I was like, oh, well, the first step is I gotta like check it out. Like, oh, what's this person do? Like, you know, and I as soon as I clicked your profile, I'm like, oh, it's Sticky Goose. I've heard that guy. Jim just did a video with him, and then I kind of got introduced to your stuff.
So I messaged you like years ago, and I asked you about a Tomb of Dracula 10 book. Nice. And you were the only person. I asked several other big time influencers at that time because I was just a little shit. And I was like, nobody's going to answer me. And you were the only one that answered me.
It's important, man. You know,
well,
I also enjoy doing that, you know, like chatting with people about comics.
You didn't act like, you know, too good to answer me or like, I don't got time for this clown. You took the time. So respect, man.
Do you remember what you asked? Did I answer it appropriately?
This Tomb of Dracula 10 book had like 2 sets of staples. It was like this Frankenstein book. I bought this at a con and I didn't inspect it close enough. And basically your gist of it was, you know, this is not something uncommon. This could be a thing, but it wasn't like a married cover. Like you couldn't see like where the other staples were. And your suggestion was, hey, send it to CGC, see what they say.
Yeah.
But that's not what happened with that story. It ended up being we like returned the books. I met in this like dark alley. I met like two goons, like me and Mother Goose, like met these 2 goons to like return these books. Like they literally sent like bodyguards for this like 5,500 return. This is not bullshit. This is real.
I mean, it's $5,500. Like, you know, they want to make sure everything's on the up and up, right?
Yeah. I mean, I was like, this is because not only did I buy that book, I bought this other book and it was like trimmed. It was a Batman 251. And like when I saw it on the con floor, like, I don't know if you can picture that book, it's got like 2 circles, the 20-cent stamp and the Batman head, and they were cut weird. And I was like, bro, this shit is trimmed. And, you know, long story short, I got my money back, but it was kind of scary, man. Cause I was like, am I really going to be out $5,500 for this bullshit? And thankfully I got my money back, but
there's nothing worse than getting a comic and then realizing there's something weird with it. I mean, I've had some experience. It's like, you know, I have these all around my house. Like I have these tiny ones and I have big ones of like the UV lights to check for,
of course you do,
you know, anything like that, anything that's weird. Cause like you have it happen once where you're like, that's a Sharpie mark. Like one little damn dot. Like son of a gun. And it's like, if it's an expensive book, it's a big deal. And yeah, it happens once and you're like, never again. So I have these like tiny ones. You can pick them up for like $5, like a UV light. I like this one because it makes me look powerful when I'm like on the mic and like my friend has a
Bro, you're
button.
Comic Tom. You have to
check.
have UV lights like fucking everywhere, bro. Like that's just you. Like you're shining lights at shit.
It's like a light in my room. I click the button and then all the lights turn off and it's nothing but UV lights. We're like, we were gonna see the comic book today.
So I have some questions here. I watched your stream on MJ Comics last night, which was excellent. Shout out MJ. He made our little intro and he's a friend of mine.
I appreciate you shouting you out so we can like mention this video that was coming. It was kind of like all last minute, but it was cool. He was a gentleman.
Yeah, he's one of the best interviewers in the game, in my opinion. So I'm gonna try to match him or at least get there. So the first question I have for you, and we can take this where we want to go, is how do you think people perceive Comic Tom in 2024? So let me give you a little backstory here. Like I've been watching you since 2020. May, June,
around like the COVID, like comic boom time and all that.
Correct. Okay. And I just want, how do you think people see you 2020 Tom versus 2024 Tom?
I mean, I don't really think about that, but I guess the thing I hope the difference would be is that, I've gotten like comics published, like I'm a writer now. Put a lot of time into Crashdown. Our graphic novel comes out in a couple months. I'm very excited about that. Just hitting previews, Bleeding Cool covered it. Exciting stuff. I think that would probably be the biggest difference is that a lot of my core fan base and supporters, they have seen us kind of, and I'm speaking for Ryan as well, because he co-wrote the book with me. We did it together. Every part of it was together. But us stepping into the creative side was definitely something new in 2024. And actually, it throttled a lot of the content. I knew it would be a tough endeavor. It was really tough. And I already had a really high bar for creatives in this industry. And when I actually went through this process and learning how to do this and how to write something that wasn't shit, I came out the other end going, oh my gosh, all these people that I looked up to, they just went up a whole notch. I didn't even realize they could go up, because not only are they doing what I'm trying to attempt to do, that I'm finding a difficulty and a lot of practice to get done right, they're doing this 5x. They have 5 books going on. So they have to do this in like a weird schedule where they're writing one book here and one book here. And I thought of days of like when I was at a convention, there was one point where it was like, it was like Friday night. And it's like you go from like one part of the convention to the other, one dinner here, maybe there's drinks over here. And I went back to the hotel and it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. And Donnie Cates was in like some part of the hotel where it's just like a lot of seating. And he was just on his laptop, just going. And it's like, it's Friday night. He just worked all day. And I remember like checking out his Instagram and he's like, I'm writing Venom or something. Like he was writing a book and he's like, it never stops. Like I'm thinking like, oh, that's how these guys just operate. Like all these people that work in comics is like, they're just gotta, if they don't do their job, all these other people can't do their job. And it just gave me so much, I remember like, I always thought about that. So then when I'm over here with Ryan and we're trying to piece this together, I just kept thinking, oh, like our editor's waiting on us. Our artist is waiting on us. And then we're waiting on approval from the publisher and the artist. And it's like, no one can do their part unless Ryan and I do our part. And are we doing our part well? So like, I've been living in that mode for like a year and a half, 2 years to create Crashdown. So I mean, like long drawn out way to say, like, I hope that the community sees that, or rather thinks of me as like, not just a person who makes YouTube content or as a dealer or as an art rep, but also as a creator who's like trying to participate in this medium that I love.
Holy shit. When are you running for office, bro? Like you just gave, I mean, your answers. I
wrote it down. It's all scripted, man.
You name dropped Donnie Cates. You flexed like you're a big baller in that. You're talking about drinks, talking about going to the rotunda. You're meeting Donnie Cates.
You don't go to bars? I didn't meet Donnie. I saw him.
I'm sober. I'm sober.
Oh, no kidding. Very cool.
Yeah, I definitely was not sober up until the birth of my child, but and then even past that. But
I got a lot of sober friends. It's kind of a interesting thing. Like just there's like half my buddies are they just choose not to drink or anything like that. It's actually it's quite nice sometimes because I'm like, oh, I do like going out, but
Yeah.
also I like being responsible, and it makes it so much easier when I'm with someone who's like, oh, I don't drink at all. I was like, oh, well then,
Bro,
it
I
makes
wanted to drink so bad before this because like all of these jitters, like honestly, before I was coming on, like I was upstairs listening to Young Thug. I don't know if you like rap music.
yeah, dude, yeah.
Dude, I was like halftime, half a and I'm like,
Is it
I'm doing
running the digits or running the money?
and run
That
up
one?
the digits and run up the
Yeah, I
money,
love that
all that
song,
shit.
dude.
So I was like, I literally was feeling like I was about to go downtown, Morgantown, like let's get fucking drunk. Like that was what I was feeling. And
Why
then
are
I
you
was like,
nervous? I'm
huh?
curious. Why are you nervous for this?
Because bro, like I've talked a lot of shit about you.
Have you? I've only
Yes.
seen a little bit. I feel like you don't talk that much shit. I mean, is it
Oh, dude.
did
I've
I just
made
step in something here,
entire
guys?
I've made entire videos. I'm gonna share screens.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna, dude. I suck
I'm
at
so
this, bro.
curious. Like, I've seen a couple things, but
Um,
I'm excited to chat about it. I want to see what's gotten you so pissed off they made video content, but that you're nervous right now.
well, so the biggest thing is
Look at that.
okay.
That's hilarious, dude.
So you think okay, that is awesome because so one of the things that I'm immediately realizing between you and Jim Mint is you guys can take a freaking joke. So many people in this community, specifically the comic book YouTube people, they are triggered. I mean, I literally had people giving me fake copyright strikes to try to get my
That was
shit
me.
taken. No, it wasn't, bro.
Just kidding.
I know it wasn't you because I could see the fucking name of
Oh,
the
does it
channel.
say? Oh, it says it there. Say I've never done it before. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. So, I mean, you might have been part. I mean, I don't know.
I paid people to do it so that it wasn't
You paid
me.
the rat. You paid
Yeah,
the
yeah,
rat.
yeah.
But
Exactly.
so my thing is, dude, like when I'm sitting there in 2020, I'm at my shit job. I'm watching Comic Tom at the desk, and I'm like, man, this fucking guy, man, he's throwing out numbers. He's talking about the hot top 10. He's big money rolling. He's wearing like gold chains.
I don't wear gold chains.
Oh, you don't?
Nah, dude, I'm a silver guy. It's
You
a
wearing
silver chain.
silver chains?
Yeah, that chain is $30,000, dude. Recognize. I'm kidding. It's not.
No, it was just like,
You just pick up the one from Vegas. That's hilarious. That was a crazy night, dude.
well, we'll talk. We can talk about that too, but just let me get this off my chest.
Set it up. I'm already thinking about you at your job. I'm not going to say what you do because I don't know if
Don't.
you're public about that. But
Thank
for the
you.
audience, you have no idea how funny it is what he's saying right now. Like, picture whatever job you want because you're not fully transparent with your audience. Apparently, it's okay.
Oh shit!
But I'm just saying, like, whatever
Here
you
we
think
go.
it is, it's funny to think that he's watching our channel while doing what he's doing. Like, it's hilarious. Like, I'm giddy thinking about this. So, anyways, continue.
No, this was So this is let's call it lunch break time. I'm watching
Okay.
Comic Tom, and I'm like hot top 10, man. He's talking about ASM a 361, the hottest book in the world, newsstand variant. You got to get that, Mark Jewelers. Oh, and I wanted to bring you over to the mystery mail call. Like I'm in, bro. I'm subscribed. I'm using the Key Collector app. I'm Comic Tom 101. I'm like, bro, I'm getting this shit tatted. But the thing about it is 2024 Sticky Goose. I'm like,
your channel's changed.
My channel's changed. My thought process has changed. How I'm collecting's changed.
Okay.
What kind of content I'm consuming's changed. And I'm like, Comic Tom 101 is not for me. And I'm sitting there. And the reason I asked you the first question was, how are you perceived? Is who is Comic Tom 101's content for? And I think the answer is, before you answer, I think it's for new collectors. I think it's for the people getting into the hobby. I think it's for the people trying to learn the books. I think it's for the people trying to, get a taste of what this is. And that's who your audience is. Do you agree with that?
I mean, we definitely get a lot of people into comic books, man. Like, there's a lot of people who watch. And also, there's a lot of people who watch weekly. So, I mean, it can't just be new people. Otherwise, I'd be pretty stagnant. We do upwards of like 40, 50K a week between 2 videos. And at our height, when we were doing, like, I say at our height, it's like prior to Crashdown when we were releasing more content, which is coming back now that Crashdown's done. But at least, the first arc is finished. Who knows? Pray to Thor to do more. But I used to do podcasts. We used to chat for an hour, hour and a half, and we cover
One,
some market stuff. But man, there's only so much market stuff you can cover in an hour and a half. We were talking about some stuff that I'm imagining you talk about on your show. LCS. I would get specialists in. We talk about Golden Age. We talk about like random heritage stuff and like CGC and I got like 60 plus podcasts. I've been doing this for a long time, like 7 years. So,
and we talked about this in our phone conversation before, like, you kind of touched on, hey, like my channel was different then. Like we were doing, you were doing kind of you were talking a little smack about CGC. You were talking a little smack about certain LCSs and stuff. You were engaged in the drama now, but then Comic Tom 2024, businessman Comic Tom, he ain't touching the drama.
Well, I guess it's about right. I mean, I disagree. I did drama content, if that's what we're gonna call it, like a little bit of comic drama content. I would say in like the first year and a half. That's when I was like, you know what? CGC did something, and I'm just gonna hit the mic and just start riffing. And I don't really like if I think I'm right, I'm gonna say what I think because it's just all my opinion.
Right.
I did that in 2018, 2019, a little bit. I dabbled. But by 2020, man, nah, I was like, I stayed clear of everything because I don't enjoy making content like that. And that's actually the main part is that the videos that perform well for my community are the ones that I enjoy making. And the ones I enjoy making are not, it's not comic police. It's just not what it is. And also, I will say, I learned some things back in the day when I made those dramatic videos. Because I wasn't always wrong. I mean, like, dude, I made some of the biggest videos against PGX. Like they hit
you were
me
trying
up.
to take PGX down?
I mean, I don't know if there's anyone who remembers what happened, but like, I could have if I kept going. It was like I'm not kidding. I had friends who were invested in PGX slabs. I'm talking like their 401k worth of money. Like they're gonna have to work an extra 10 years because of how much PGX grading they were going to have to crack out and resubmit, and then the risk of what would happen because of how they handled their stuff. So I made like a 3-video arc where I was like calling them out because they had like theft. Their graders were stealing. I mean, allegedly, this is back in 2018, 2019. I can't remember everything, but it was like there was theft involved. One of the graders was doing weird grading stuff. They quit. There was lawsuits involved, and I'm like, this is just like ridiculous how this company is even still viable. And I have my friends who are like fighting back tears going, oh, this is how stores get ruined is because we put our trust in a company like this. So like I hit the mic and it was actually one of my bigger videos that I was proud of that police work because there weren't people doing it. They got a lot of respect from people to do that. But here's the thing. For every like videos that were like that I think I nailed, there were other videos that I was like, damn, with hindsight, I was wrong. Like I made CGC videos questioning their practices. I didn't make anything about calling them out. I had and I'm sure you can find them. Like I don't have them on my channel anymore, but they existed and people have recorded it and that's out there. CGC's worked with me before and they've heard this commentary. So it wasn't enough for them to go, Tom is untouchable. Like I didn't do anything that was like going to harm their business, but I was definitely like, I was disingenuous at best. And was questioning their practices. And then I would end up like being one of the very first, if not only people to go see grading done firsthand, like watch the entire encapsulation process. Like I was in the room, I watched it happen. And I remember thinking in that moment, like, oh, darn, like this is why they never returned my calls after I made that video. I must have looked like a fool to them because they're doing this stuff by the book in such a amazing way. And I'm over here just like trying to get views to have some good clickbait. So like, I got embarrassed.
That's not clickbait though. You were saying something that was actually happening, correct?
No, what I was saying was like, I was questioning their practices and I had reached out and they didn't want to answer because I was actually like, what was it? The thing that I thought troubling was I saw like higher graded stuff like 10-0s come out at a convention when they did a grading over the weekend. And at that time, those books weren't being graded at 10-0s all the time. So I was questioning that. But the main thing was how fast they were able to grade the books. I'm doing the calculation like, how many books did they take? This is like in-person grading, you know, like where they actually do it at the show. You could pick it up on Sunday. So I'm like, how the hell? They just bring all the graders in. They bring the machines. How does that even work? And they get them on Friday and they grade how many books in 2 days? And I'm like doing the math with Russ on camera, and we're like, it's just impossible. Like, they'd have to be grading these in under a minute a piece. Like, how is this even? And there's 3 people involved. It's like I was asking these questions and I had asked CGC on Facebook, thinking that they would respond to me, my little channel of like 500 or 1,000 or whatever I was. And I was just naive. And I'm like, oh, well, this is going to be a 3-parter because they didn't answer me. And now it's like, you know, so I did that. And then I like saw it in person and was like, I'm a freaking fool. Like, I was wrong. I'm watching it with my own eyes. These are professionals. This is like exactly what you would hope it would be.
You never backtrack. You never back down, dude. You double down.
That's what I should have done.
When you're wrong,
but the money's too good, man. Like, they're paying me some. I'm just kidding. They're not paying me.
Yeah, the money was too good for Comic Time, huh?
No. I've never been sponsored by CGC. I've done some stuff with them.
Stop the show. Okay. On the Comic Time Hot Top 10, there ain't no mention of CBCS. There ain't no mention of PGX. It's all the CGC 9.8 is sold for whatever. And that's a good segue into the next thing I want to talk about is, so I think a lot of people perceive.
Can I address that before you move on?
No, well, just hold on.
There's an answer to what you just said.
Okay. Just hold on a minute. So a lot of people perceive me as a negative part of the comic book community, and people perceive you as a potentially positive part. Okay. So my question is when we get these hot top 10 lists and we see all these sales data of CGC graded books, seemingly, which is the only thing we see, why it's like, this is just like, it's like, it feels like somebody is getting screwed in that sale. And then somebody's getting screwed in the buy and somebody's getting screwed in every single sale. So like, when you're showing this data, when you're showing this information, like, this isn't necessarily always like this isn't positive content you're showing. Now, I know one of the arguments you'll make is this is, we don't make this list. We don't create this data. But at the same time, like, you're showing like somebody losing their freaking ass. You're showing somebody buying some shit at the complete wrong freaking time. And instead of acknowledging the fact that somebody is fucking up, you're just like, oh, this is positivity. This is, look at this huge fucking sale. And I'm like, bro, that is not positive.
Well, let's see me watch my show, man, because that's not how my show is.
Bro.
That's just like, show me something if you got it locked up. I would love to, because like, for first thing is CBCS sells at a rate of probably what? What would you guess? I've done the math before, but
there is a definite premium for CGC. And
no. My question isn't that. We all know that. My question is, for every 9.8 that sells of a particular book at a CBCS, how many CGCs are selling?
I mean, do you have data on that?
Or no, you're a collector. I'm curious. You see prices. You think you buy comics. You go to shows. When you see a Wolverine 9.8 at a show or on the wall or something, how many times do you see a CBCS 9.8 right next to it? And then how many times in between? I would argue it's probably like 1 in 10 at best, right? So the point that I'm making is when we cover sales, right? High-end sales that lands on the list. And what you're pulling up is the trending video. So I'm talking about the hot 10 specifically.
Okay, let's pull up the hot 10.
So like if we're doing a analysis over a book on the hot 10, what lands a book on the hot 10 is it has to have 3 above average sales over the recent 12-month average in the last 7 days, if not more, if not record-breaking sales, if not when you add the other variables of variant comics, incentives, what have you. So it only takes 3 sales to make this like this 9.2. That was above the 12-month average. I don't remember what video this is, but like let's say it was a
video.
I mean, actually, I can tell you it's 32% over. So like whatever 32% less of 225, that's the 12-month average. So when this sale happens, we're going, okay, well, the average is, what is that? I don't know, like math, right? 180 or something. All right, well, someone just paid 225. They paid above average. We present the data. This happened in the last 7 days, and I present the data. There's no CBCS books to report on. because they didn't break the 12-month average. If a CBCS 9.2 sold for 225, we would put CBCS 9.2 225. It just doesn't happen.
So I honestly, one of my gripes with you is not you being like a CGC shill or a CGC fanboy, because I mean, I have to, I mean, I got over 100 fucking CGC slabs. I mean, I'm definitely not going to die on the hill of CGC. CGC is the best. I mean, that's the best we have. And I definitely can sympathize with the stories you told, your anecdote about, you know, how many things they are, how many books they are grading, you know, how difficult the process is. Things happen. I definitely understand the human error. And honestly, that really wasn't even a talking point that I even wanted to bring up, because to be honest,
does that make sense what I said though? Like why I don't cover CBCS as much? Because I
because,
would if the sales were there, but because they're worth less,
they
don't tend to be on the screen as much.
I probably should not have segued into this discussion the way I did, but I'm
hey,
nervous.
Man, it's like, okay, man. You're nervous, brother. I'm here.
Dude, there's 210 fucking people in here, bro.
210. Shout out Madam Web, baby. You watch Madam Web? Madam Web was freaking dope, dude.
What?
Did you watch it?
Oh,
be honest,
yeah.
Did
It was
you
one
watch
of the worst movies I've ever seen.
You watched the whole thing?
I watched it till the very end, and that very last scene was one of the worst things in.
Dude, she goes full Madam Web. She's in the chair. She can't see. She's like paralyzed.
Yeah, and
That's pretty cool, dude.
It was the cringiest, corniest ending to a movie I've ever.
Did you watch it with you said Mother Goose?
Mother Goose, yes.
And she didn't like it?
Dude, I think she couldn't even make it through. Honestly.
Okay. Well, I watched it, and I was with people that thought it was pretty fun.
You're messing with me.
Dude, it's not that bad. I don't know. I have like a pretty low threshold for movies. So,
you must, because you like Agatha all along. Not bad.
You don't like Agatha?
Bro.
Who doesn't like Aubrey Plaza? Come on.
Oh, no, I love what's the main actress's name?
Catherine Hahn.
Catherine Hahn. Bro, she is so charming. She's
good.
She's so funny. Like if she was not in that shit, there would be no show. Okay. But
sorry, I didn't mean to distract you. I'm trying to
no,
get you away from the stuff you're about to hit me with. Put me off my game.
You're pulling a fast one, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You definitely are slicker on the mic than me. You have a lot more experience than me, but I don't know,
dude. You do way more of these like live shows than I do. I haven't done a live show since yesterday.
Bro, I've done 4 live shows. Like
that's
4.
What I've done like 4 this year. No, actually,
bro, how many thousands of videos have you freaking made?
It's all AI, dude. It's not real.
Okay.
No, but you set me up for the CBCS thing. Hit that out of the park. So that's good. I think everybody, all the 210 people go, okay, that's understandable. The other thing you had said was that I'm pushing books. You can't just like say that and not have any evidence. You brought the trending video. I don't push books unless I actually think there's a potential on the book. We report on sales that already happened, you know? So dude, I report on the market.
My favorite book you recently pushed was fucking Power Pack. Like,
okay. You don't like my Power Pack coverage. Explain,
can I just say something real quick? The excitement you brought with that Power Pack plug. You were like, guys, this Power Pack, the first appearance of Power Pack. It's a great kids book. It's going to be awesome. We are going to press this. We're going to push this to the fucking moon, bro.
That's so disingenuous. I did not say any of those things. What are you talking about? Do you watch my show?
Well, not really. But
okay, so everything you're saying is nonsense, and your community can see it. I love you, brother, but like that's super disingenuous. What I said about Power Pack was this spiked like 3 years ago and nothing happened. You can get it for $15, and if you have kids and you want to get them into some superhero goodness, get them Power Pack. Dude, I remember reading Power Pack with my dad. That stuff is so good. Do you have kids?
I do, but I'm not. We're not at comic book level.
Well, that's the problem, dude. You have a lens on. You got to open it up to the whole family, man. Power Pack is.
Well, I'm trying to read them Department of Truth. I'm trying to read them Department of Truth before they go to sleep.
Dude, my dad, I read like Hellblazer with him going to bed. I think it messed me up a little bit, but long term, I think I came out okay. Like a lot of horror stuff, but no, like Power Pack, I specifically didn't. I pushed that book for parents to enjoy with their families. So it's such a weird one for you to bring up.
Well, it was just very funny because you seem kind of defensive when I'm talking about this. Like, okay, so let's say
I want people
that
to read Power Pack, dude. And I own a lot of Power Pack. I'm trying to sell
let's
it on
say
eBay.
that you don't push comics. Okay, let's
I
just
push
say,
some.
huh?
My exclusives specifically, I push.
Oh, you press that that mystery mail call $34.99 monthly.
What a freaking crazy deal that is, man.
5 fucking comics every month.
Damn right, dude.
Has anybody gotten rich off the mystery mail call yet, dude?
Dude, there's so many people who get awesome books. If you go right now, I have some boxes left. We have a Peach Momoko, Trinity Comics, NYX #1 going out to every single member. And $40 to $50 right now. Everybody gets one.
Let's talk about money, Tom.
Money.
Why?
It's all about the money, man.
Why is every Comic Tom video got money in it?
Oh,
can we have a comic book video without talking about fucking money, bro?
Dude, I've been doing this for 7 years. 7 years. I got tons of content where I don't talk about money. I have Golden Age specialists, creators on. I mean, I've been writing a comic. I've literally been making things for people to read that have nothing to do with spec. So it's coming back. I definitely enjoy doing more than just talking about the market. But dude, it's like, it's a responsibility. Like, I am the person who is providing anything similar to like the Wizard top 10 from back in the day that we all uplift, that we all enjoyed at some point if you've been doing this for a really long time. And I've been doing it every week. It's like I can't even operate in the week without those videos coming out because like I've been doing them for 6 and 4.5 years a piece, you know, each one. So like that's what has introduced me to so many of our fans. Like that's what's like started everything. It's clearly the thing. And I hope that you find this too with your channel. Like eventually, you know, like drama may do it for you, but like there may be a video where you're just like, boom, bro, you do something and all of a sudden they want more of it. And that's what it was for me. So I take that seriously.
Yeah, and that was drama for me. Like when
I don't think so, man, because there's a lot of comic channels that have done drama and they come and go, dude. It's not easy to keep that going.
Bro, this could be my last video tonight. I mean, it
could be. There's a lot of people who have had these kind of questions that I've been on their channel and already answered, and they come and go, man. It's like it's interesting a little bit, but you know, it's tough to keep up with it.
No, so like as far as drama content, which you say you will not touch, that
I cover a little bit, but you know,
dude, I was talking to my dad today. I was talking about having you on, and he said, "Son, you're standing on the shoulders of giants," and I was like, "Fuck, man, I'm standing on Jim Min and Comic Tom's shoulders. Like, how can I ever reach the plateaus that they've reached?" And the reason is we're picking up scraps. Like you guys hit the lottery in 2020 and 2021 with your channels. You were pre-established to the COVID boom. You guys had, I mean, your content is extremely polished. It's extremely edited. You kind of have a chip on your shoulder about how edited the shit is. You basically, how many takes did you say? It takes 4 hours to make the hot top 10 or whatever the fuck you said. I'm like, that is just insane to me. Like it's every single thing you say has been kind of trimmed and edited and like, cause
a little bit. That's a little, I mean,
that's what you said.
I do takes, and it does take a long time. And I do have a script that I use, but the show is improv. I have lists, I have numbers. I can't remember every number, but we have notes and things. And what ends up happening is like, I'll do a take and we'll start riffing. And the next thing I know is like Russ, the LCS owner, he starts spitting fire about something. And I'm like, damn, dude, he just pulled that out of his ass. Like he's talking about a book from 1996 I've never heard of, issue number 3, panel 5. Like I have some really like well-versed people on the show, and those are the moments I'm hunting for. So I produce the show, I direct the show, but I also host the show. So I'm over here like doing 5 things, also trying to get the best out of my guests because they're specialists in their own right. And a lot of that has to do with like improv. I have to try to just like spin something here and there, see how it sounds. And sometimes I'm like, this is an exciting moment, but it's just, I'm not communicating the excitement. I got to say it differently. So I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it again. And yes, sometimes it takes me like freaking 5 times to say something, and yeah, we'll edit it together. But there are times that it's just, I say it, he laughs, Ryan says something, I say something else, and we move on to the next number. So it's like, I don't know, our recording time is probably closer to an hour, but the overall edit with all the graphics and the prepping and the scripting and the research that multiple people do, oh man, it's like it takes a long time for sure.
This isn't, I'm not saying this in a disparaging way. I'm seeing all these fucking comments saying, oh, Sticky Goose I mean, dude, Tom, this is like your chat over here. This is not me.
No,
like,
this is not my chat. This is your chat. This is
no,
your channel.
this is, bro, this is
no, this
your
is a
chat.
reflection on you, man. This is all you. You're asking the questions. Own it. Bro.
So what I'm saying is I'm not disparaging the quality of your video. I'm just saying when I get down here and I make a Sticky Goose video, I am being unapologetically me. When I am talking my shit, when I'm saying what I'm doing, I'm like, I'm doing me. And
Sure.
my question, like my thing is sometimes when I'm watching something that's highly edited, whether that be like a show on TV or a news show or something like you, like it feels like I'm watching something that is not showing who the real person is behind that. Does that make sense?
100%, dude. Dude, do I seem like the same dude on the show? Because I host a show.
You aren't. You are being a different person now than you are on your show.
Because I have 15 minutes or so to try and communicate a whole lot of information in the most entertaining way to the highest production I can, because that's what the community has granted me as a content creator. That's like, they're going to give me their time. So I got to do what I can to fulfill and make them laugh and give them something to think about and possibly question if they should buy something right now, or maybe the other direction. Maybe they should, maybe I should buy this or something else. Like there's a lot of responsibility in what I do. So I think that the question isn't like wondering why it's different, because it is different. It's a show. Like if you're on TV and a show starts, the host of that show is going to be in a suit, and they're going to come ready to read the thing, and they're going to do their task at hand because they got to get to the next beat and they got to make sure they're delivering. But if you go back through my content, man, I'll riff for 20 minutes about something. Man, I used to do live shows and just go live for 30 minutes before the Hot 10, before the trending video, and just talk and give my 2 cents or have people on. Like I've done all that. I've been doing this for a long time. So the shows themselves bring out a different version of me because that's what the show requires. And it's proven because of the success of the show. People watch it, they find value to it, which is why I disagree with what you said. You said that you're left with the scraps. I don't agree with you. I think that you are on your way of figuring out the value you truly bring this community. And as soon as you land a video where you do something different that isn't being done by other people, right? Like how many times can you talk about Hulk 180, 181 and expect that your channel all of a sudden is going to be the premier channel when there's 10 other people talking about the CGC banana gate, or, oh, the LCS owner priced up my books at the counter. Like great content, but there's 100 of those videos that came out this month alone. You got to find the thing that makes you unique, and that value that you bring, your community will respond and they'll say, dude, this is what I want. And they show it through their interaction, and they show it through the retention of your videos. And if you're looking at your retention and going, dude, everyone's watching this, that should scream at you, Sticky Goose, you need to double down, make another one. That's what the trending video was for me. That's what the Hot 10 was for me. That's
Do you know what those videos are for me? Those are all negative things.
It's too early for you to make that assessment, man, because if you needed to make a negative video today, you couldn't replicate it.
What's that?
Like if you needed to make a video tomorrow, could you replicate it if nothing happened at CGC and this conversation never happened? You know, like you have to find the drama.
I'm not understanding what you're asking.
My point is I can do a trending video tomorrow and it's going to be digested just like all my other videos because I have a proven track record of the videos providing value. Your dramatic videos have a potential of taking off, but there's no guarantee because it's completely dependent on the clickbait and how sensational you make it. And that's not repeatable, which is why so many people come and go doing that kind of content. In my opinion, I could be completely wrong. Let your audience decide.
No, you are right. You have something that is repeatable. You have your content is McDonald's. Like it's like I'm gonna get the same thing. I'm gonna get my hot top 10. I'm going to see my prices. You know, I don't want to make that kind of content. I don't want to be the guy that...
Do you not want to make it, or you think you can't do it?
Dude, first off, Comic Tom makes hot top 10 videos better than me. You said
you can
it
make hot
yourself.
10 anything. There's no like, you don't have to make the high. There's a lot of people who make hot 10s that do pretty good videos. There's a bunch of them. There's a handful of there's hot 10 breakdowns that do 2,000 to 3,000 views. Your clickbait videos. So I saw the numbers. They're like 4, 5, 6K. There's people who have a half the size of the channel doing top 10 reading books. Gem Mint did a top 10 reading books, and that did quite well too.
First off, those videos are not clickbait. So the very definition of clickbait is like you see a title and then the shit that is talked about in the title or the thumbnail is not in the fucking video. I get accused. Yes, it is. That's literally the definition.
No, it's clickbait if you don't, but also it's clickbait if you do.
Let's talk about how you manipulate the market. Let's talk about that video, that title you continue to use.
Sure.
Yeah. I manipulated the comic book market. How many times have you used this? And then you never talk about how you do it.
No, every video. Okay, that's what my point with clickbait. If you address the clickbait, it counts. I address it. If it says market manipulation, you can go through this video. You will find it. Be surprised if you didn't, if you watch the video.
It's the first thing you say. All you say is that I manipulate the market, and then you just...
I guarantee in this video, I address the thumbnail. Guarantee it. And the fact that you haven't watched the video tells me this is a waste of time right now.
Okay, so did you...
With all due respect, let your audience can decide.
Did you just say that... So you basically said that it's not clickbait because you addressed it in the video. Is that what you just said?
Absolutely. Yeah. If I say, did I
manipulate none of my shit is clickbait. None of my shit's clickbait.
Well, I think it's disingenuous if you don't address it, but it's still clickbait. You can put anything in a thumbnail. But it's going to piss your audience off if you don't address it. That's the chat. But it's still clickbait. You can put whatever you want in a thumbnail. There's a lot of people who will do like.
Do you even watch my videos, dude?
I've seen like a few of them, but no, I don't.
Which ones have you watched?
I did a. What I typically do is I'll do the most popular videos and I'll check those ones out. And I saw that like about half of your videos had nothing to do with drama. So I'm kind of surprised that you think that drama is your only lane. You did a whole lot of stuff about your personal collection and stuff like that. And I remember counting.
Nobody cares.
I'm like,
bro.
I mean, your numbers don't show that.
So let me just get.
Pull up your numbers. Let's take a look. Let's actually see what the community has watched on your channel.
Well, just let me say what I want.
Scroll it and then
let me just say what I want to say here first.
Popular.
So what I quickly have realized that I made videos, my favorite comic books I've read, my favorite comic books I collect. Yeah. Nobody gives a shit.
That's
Nobody
the problem.
cares.
No, that's your problem. I could have told you no one's going to watch that. 100%. Why would someone watch it? Who are you?
Exactly.
Like, no, with all due respect. But here's the thing.
Exactly.
You're missing the value proposition. Anybody can make that video you just said watchable, but you gotta provide a little bit more effort in how you deliver it. You gotta tell them,
I'm gonna blow your mind
with the book. You gotta tell them like your thumbnail, your title. It's like, you're not gonna believe the book in my personal collection. You've never heard of it. Like, so it has to be something exciting, and then they'll watch it. But if you're like, I'm gonna go through all my X-Men comics and I'm gonna tell you the grades, and you're surprised, but no,
that's not my videos. That's not my fucking videos. So
you just said that you do a haul video and no one watches it. I'm saying you have to sell the haul and make it exciting. I put a little effort into it, man. That's all. And anyone can do it.
So if I'm going to sell the haul has to be like, you'll never believe what this LCS owner did to me when I bought these books. Like, it has to be something like that. It has to be some sort of sensationalism where, and you do the same shit. Like, I manipulated the market. Like,
yeah.
That is basically what you're saying. I'm doing all those things. Like
all right. So I'll just pull it up. Your most popular video is graded comics are not selling. No one wants them. Dramatic. That's a good, like, oh snap. What does he have to say? Got a lot of views, man. Killer views.
It's more views than anything on your channel. 2
comic book shops in 1 hour. Damn, dude. That's a really like, oh, I watched that one. Like, oh, what did he do? The best comic book collection I've ever seen. That's your third most viewed video. It's 118,000 views. There's no drama in that, man. You didn't even make a thumbnail. It's just a picture of the comics. So like, there we go. That right there, your third most viewed video is just you showing comic books. So you just like disproved yourself with that.
No, Can I explain that? So basically, that video occurred before all the strap-on shit occurred.
What
So
is
I
a
don't know how
strap on shit?
familiar
What does
you
that mean?
are with Sticky Goose lore. So basically, uh, in that video where I got kicked out of the 2 comic book shops, this extremely nice shop owner said I had a strap on. I had a camera on me, and so basically
I was like being
everything in my channel.
derogatory.
Everything in my channel is either
Yeah.
before strap on and after strap on.
You call it strap on gate. That's
Yes, well,
rough, man.
it's not strap on gate. It just is what it is. Strap on Sticky Goose.
Gotcha.
So
Say,
basically,
I'm not trying to like
just Tom,
argue
let me
with.
finish. Let me finish
Oh,
for a
I
minute.
thought you were done, man. Oh, sorry, my bad.
No, I'm not. Like you're not
Oh, keep
letting me.
talking. Keep
Okay.
talking, man.
So the strap on thing, basically, people judged me, jury and executioner. Here's me playing the victim to all the people in my comments saying that I'm always the professional fucking victim. The shit changed for me, and I saw what people wanted. I saw how people interact with videos. And if I go to a Comic Tom video
Interesting.
and I look at the comments,
Hmm.
it's not all rainbows and butterflies, bro. Like
Yeah.
there's people straight talking shit in your
Yeah.
comments, and you never answer a single comment, by the way.
Yeah. I probably should more.
It's like you don't even acknowledge these people even exist, by the way. So basically, before strap on and after strap on is my identity. So like after the strap on incident occurred, I was just like, it's basically resentment. Like fuck this shit. Like
Yeah,
this is how
that's
the
tough, man.
this is how the
I hate hearing
villain
that.
this is how the villain was created. Like I once I started once I started seeing like, okay, not only are people engaging, because basically every single comment was fuck you, you're a piece of shit, douchebag, fill in the blank. Okay.
Sure.
And I was like, we're milking this for all it's worth. Any
Interesting.
engagement is better than no engagement, because if you go to that best comic collection of all time that I found, there's little to no engagement in there. It's just cool collection. Yeah, it's got a crazy number of views, but nobody cares. Nobody's engaging with it. If I
Yeah,
make
man. Okay.
go ahead.
No, I mean, you're saying a lot. I want to make sure to like give you the time to talk. I just want to make sure to address when you say something that I can respond to it rather than having to go back through and hit multiple points. I don't do things because the community wants me to do them. You make it sound like, oh, the community only gave me attention when I did this, so that's what they get. It created the villain. And I think that that is a disingenuous way to make content. And the reason why there are people who disagree
I
with
give
me
them what they
is
want.
because, yeah, dude, I don't. You can give them whatever you want. That's totally fine. But if you're going to complain about views and that you have to do something, then that's on you. Because I'm transparent. I am real. And when you're real, not everyone's going to like you. If everyone just goes, yeah, Sticky Goose, you get them, you go get them. It's all shit. Everything sucks. And that's the majority of your comment section. It means that you are not being authentic. Because if everyone agrees with you, it means you're being fake.
Is this
If everyone
authentic?
loves you, there's a problem.
Is this
You know?
authentic, Tom?
Oh, yeah. That's a gorgeous J. Scott Campbell cover. But yeah. Oh, yeah. Me going to the nursing home.
Was this a PR move, or what is that?
No, man. I wanted to go and talk about comics with some people. I did. It was awesome. Do you have a problem with like doing philanthropy?
I got no problem with it. It's just I don't normally take pictures of it when I'm doing it, right?
Yeah, the thing is, man, like if you don't like put it out there at all, and I've kind of like gone back and forth on this for a long time. I didn't say anything, man. I just didn't. I don't it's kind of a weird thing because it's like my mom always taught me just you do stuff because you want to do it. The problem with that is if you don't like if you're a voice, you have a voice and you don't like communicate that things are being done, people think that you're not doing anything, but then also you don't inspire anyone to do stuff. I made kids books for years, donated thousands of kids books, and I wasn't loud about it. And at first I'm like, oh, I don't need
You
to be
talked
loud
about
about
it. You talk about it on every stream. You talked about it last night.
because I have to, because I'm trying to do it. But I didn't for years is my point. And what ended up happening is by me not like really being in the face of the community with it, less books got made. Less kids got books. So I'm over here going, I'm trying to like protect my pride, or am I going to get the goal done and like tell people to do good stuff and to like protect the next generation of comic readers? So like No, you got to be loud about it. Yeah, you should go visit a nursing home. You should go bring comics there. There was like a bunch of people when I went and did this, because they were just there to like hear me talk about comics, right? And I'm chatting about the books, and they had some questions, and there's a couple of them that are like, they like got they're like, dude, they like can't walk and stuff. Like this is like different age groups and different like cases of like how sick they were and how much help they needed. I mean, this is like a like 300 people in this complex. And there's a couple of them that like they called the nurses over, and I'm like, oh, I hope everything's okay. And they like left and came back with comics and from their room that they had from when they were kids, or like their dad left or whatever. Like these old people are like, hey, what are these? And I'm like talking about Roy Rogers from the Golden Age, and I'm like, oh, this is so damn cool. Like they're like, yeah, I read this, and it's like, oh, the comics just it's why they're so damn cool. It's like they span such generations that you can connect with people that maybe you otherwise wouldn't connect with. And I was hoping for something like that, but also I was just there to like entertain people because, like there's not a whole lot going on. Like they got to do things all the time, and keep their like their brain working and stuff. And I had an opportunity to do it. There was a friend of mine who runs the stuff there, and they found the channel. They didn't really know I did stuff, and they're like, "Hey, is it okay if we like just have you come and be a speaker? I bet they would like to just listen to you talk about anything. They're just gonna get their hair cut that day." And I'm like, "Hell yeah, I'll take time. I'll bring some comics." And I just went and like chatted with a bunch of people who are elderly, and they were super sweet. And I think more people should care about stuff like that personally.
Yeah, I gave some comics to one of my family members, and dude, it was honestly one of the best. It gave me more fulfillment and joy doing that than buying any Grail comic, anything like,
For sure.
dude, it was, and and all the bullshit aside, like, it, I'm with you, man. It definitely warms your heart. And
It's
like, and
comic
especially,
karma. We
and
we nickname it comic karma because it's like
well,
it's cringy as hell to say it, but isn't it true? Like when you're
well,
good to people in comics, that shit does come around, man.
so like, yeah, it was just like, and he was new, and he still had that joy in his eyes, like looking at this stuff, and the stuff I gave him. I mean, it was just a few run fillers and stuff, and then, well, there was like a little run of Silver Surfer, and I was like, just a little something that he could read, and I was like, and he was just so thankful, and I was, I'm getting chill bumps just talking about it because, I would like to have more opportunities to do stuff like that because, however many times, I mean, buying these expensive comics becomes kind of like a hollow experience. I've talked about this many times on my channel. It's just, you honestly, it's like never enough. Like you're going after the next one, and um it just, that's why I kind of really have taken a step back. And when I first got into it, and I'm watching guys like you, and I'm like, buy, 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 buy. And now I'm just kind of taking a step back and like enjoying what I have, and I'm
Mm.
having more fun with it.
Well, to take it back just like a couple beats, you had mentioned about me being someone who's pushing comic books. And I just like really want to encourage you to maybe relook at my content because that is not what I do. I don't push people to buy things. People wouldn't watch me. They wouldn't trust me if I was just buy, 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 as you just said. I assess the sales that have already happened. I have a really easy job. I don't have to call spec. I have to analyze the spec. And it's a it's a situation where there are going to be times where stuff sells and I'm like, why don't buy this. Dude, I think I've said don't buy this comic on a hot 10 at least 15 times in the last 3 months alone. Do not buy this book at a 9.8. Wolverine 1, do not buy at a 9.8 when it was when the census started to explode and things changed and it was crazy. New Mutants 98. I said people are spending 15, 16, $1,700. Do not spend that. Jem can attest. Do not spend that kind of money. This is going to be a sub $1,000 book. And then we were reporting on sub $1,000 books. So there's context to what I talk about. It's not just buy, buy, buy. If you leave a video going, Tom just wants me to buy everything, you're not listening to what I'm saying.
I don't see how I can interpret it any other way. And maybe I'm dumb. Maybe I'm like
I mean,
the
if
idiot.
I don't say the words, go buy this, I didn't say it,
But
you know?
everything is everything has a price tag. Everything is,
You don't have to buy
exciting.
things when you see the tag. Like you can.
I realize that, Tom, but let's take a little tangent here. Are you a dealer? Are you a collector? Because
Oh,
to
both.
my,
I'm a
you can't be
dealer,
both.
collector.
You can't
Oh,
be.
I mean,
Y-
my
y-
my taxes will tell
So
you different.
well, so I mean, every single dealer that I talk to at these, not every, most dealers at these comic shows that I talk to, they are trying to sell. One of the big things that I had a problem with, and I ruffled so many feathers, pun intended, in the beginning was I was bringing comics to shows to sell. I was bringing books to trade to try to get the things that I wanted. And I quickly realized that I was completely going against the accepted norm. And
Mm.
if I had
Can I?
brought some
Mm.
books, some trash books up to Comic Tom at a convention, how does Comic Tom handle that? Like,
Let's how about we just answer, let's just, before we do that, you just post something. You think that you can't be a dealer and a collector. That means you can't buy, sell, and trade and collect. In the chat, 1, if you agree with Sticky Goose, 2, if you think you can do any of those things together. Let's see what your community thinks. We have a whole chat of people here. Maybe we can learn something. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that letting the hobby fund
every
itself is a big
so
part of this, why so many people enjoy comic books.
so that's the biggest thing I think about
That's
with
a
comics
whole
is
lot of twos, my man. That's a
it's
lot.
all
How do
about
you feel
money.
about that? Let's address that. Your community's
It's
saying they disagree with you right
it's
now on camera.
it's all about money.
That's
Comic
not
book
answering my question. Why does your community disagree with you, like, what, 30 times over? Well, you concede that maybe you're wrong.
No, it's all about money, bro.
That has
Like,
nothing to do with the question. I want you to you said you can't do both, and your community's saying, seriously, look at the chat. It's a flood of
okay,
they disagree
Tom,
with you.
do you not agree that a dealer, as opposed to somebody that sells a couple things on eBay, as opposed to selling fucking thousands of comics on whatnot, setting up at these shows is a little
Mm.
bit different than being
I
somebody that flips a book on eBay?
I think answering a question with a question is disingenuous. That's
Well,
what I think.
I'm married to a lawyer, so this is how I play the game every fucking day. So,
Well, I mean, maybe she should teach you something there. Because
well,
like your community doesn't agree with what you said. So let's not go down a rabbit hole based off of something that you are in the minority, the very minute minority. And you made videos on it. So that means you've already seen these comments before. You know this, but you still make commentary on it. I find that
because that's what
disingenuous,
I
my friend.
think. That's what I
I
think.
But it's disingenuous to make it sound like you have evidence that it's correct.
I don't get, dude, if I think something and this is what I believe, this is what I think. If
You
you
can
think
believe it,
something, that's what you
but
think. You're
sure.
going off of these
I think
people.
sure. I can say a lot of things, but you're questioning my opinion on my
That's
show.
your opinion, bro.
And I'm not, and have at it. I can have my opinion, but your community disagrees with what you just said. So why do I have to address it if it's not a problem? You don't think people should be able to sell comics and collect comics? Your community emphatically is saying that's silly.
I sold a
What?
comic last week.
So
Does that
well,
make
that's
me
the
a dealer?
problem. You just said you're.
Am I a dealer? Does that make me a dealer?
What makes you a dealer? Is there a certain threshold that you have to abide by to
If you
keep it
have
lower
a
than?
whatnot stream, if you go to shows and set up, if you're a majority source of your income is selling comic books, yeah, you might be a dealer.
Dude, I know people who all they do is trade. All they do is trade, and they're dealers. They're huge dealers. They trade, they sell. They don't have whatnot streams. They don't have eBay pages. There's all kinds of people who deal in comics, and there's a lot of people who make YouTube videos about it. I think that if you're just looking at it through like such a small lens, yeah,
Where's your
I do this
collection?
professionally. Where's my collection?
Yeah,
It's in a short box in my living room right now.
one short box.
Yeah, I got some nice stuff.
I bet you do.
Yeah, I have a very particular taste.
Titty books.
I got some titty books.
Yeah.
Some Zerdy, some good Zerdy, you know. Got some foreigns. I
You
love
got
me
some
some
foreign titty
foreigns.
books?
Japan Spider-Man. So technically, yeah, the Playboys.
Show them.
They're like,
Show them on your channel. Can you show titty books on your channel?
I mean, I blur it out I've done content on them. I've literally done like dude, I've done content on all my PC books, actually. My 30 Days a Night, my Salt Lake City Comic Con pamphlet, like the big books that I get, I share with the community. I show them what's going on. I collect too. collect a lot. Dude. I've been collecting since I was a little kid.
That's good, man. I've been collecting for 4 years, so I'm a noob.
What do you like to collect? You got some nice books back there.
Honestly, I like to collect omnibus. I would not recommend collecting single issues to anybody personally. I mean, unless it's like a character that you really, really care about. I think they're fun, but specifically somebody that's like a new collector, I would not recommend spending the money I did.
Dude, if you get some like right now, vintage is prime time. Dude, I'm having such a hard time like I just want to buy. It's just some of these books are just so damn cheap. Like raw, vintage, Silver Age. It's just I mean, obviously we're in an adjustment period, but like I've seen so many ebbs and flows. Like you mentioned Tomb of Dracula 10. I'm watching all this news that happens on Blade, and I'm going, I'm gonna regret not just buying this book. I've said no to that book way too many times in my life, and I may have owned one once. I can't remember. I don't think I've ever actually owned a Tomb 10. Such a cool book.
Right. Let's wrap it up, dude. I got you for an hour. Yeah, let's wrap it up.
I'll keep it going if you want to keep it going, brother.
Okay.
I gave more to my homie yesterday, so if you want to chat more.
We can keep going.
Keep going. Yeah. If you got more stuff, brother, I want to chat. The main thing, if you just let me I want to say this one thing, because I kind of went down a couple different routes here when I was talking about your channel. My fear is that when people are negative or have maybe a bit more negative view on what they have to do to be able to be visible in the community, is that it may turn other people off to just putting themselves out there. When I started YouTube and I started doing like Instagram stuff, I wasn't like trying to grow an audience. And when I started making video content, I wasn't trying to grow like Gem Mint and be the size that I am now. Kind of fell into it, and I realized that I could do it, and I wanted to do it because I enjoy it. But anybody can make video content. You don't have to be entertaining. You don't have to make thumbnails. And you could just post your books on Insta. You can just take a video camera out. You can just go live and just start grading your books. And the thing is, like, you don't need to do it with an audience of 210 people. Like, screw that. Like, it's just about participating in the community. That's like one of the best parts of comics is like, you can befriend people who also have a love for this medium, and they can become some of your best friends because like, that's what the relationship is about. And it doesn't matter what religion they are, what politics like how they lean. Like I have all kinds of friends that outside of comics, I may never would have connected with. And I think there's a lot of people who can share that same sentiment. So when you say like, oh, this is all I can do, I think you're putting too much pressure on yourself with a goal that you have that is seemingly undefined. Like, I don't know where you're trying to go. That's a good thing to figure out. But like, if there isn't a goal that's defined, then who's to say that this is actually what your community wants? It's just the attention they're giving you right now. But I would argue that you just have to find the thing that provides them the most value. And then maybe it's drama, maybe it's not, but it doesn't have to be drama. It doesn't have to be negative. And I don't want to make it seem like if you can't make a video, you can't edit a video, then you shouldn't do it. And ridiculing people for doing that. Like just participate, post, talk about comics. This medium will die if we do not post about comic books. That's how that goes. We got to post it. The publishers aren't doing it. The LCS owners are way too busy, and there's less comics coming out every single month. So let's just all help with the marketing of this by talking and participating in the community now that we have social media and we can all connect. Boom. I thought that was nice. I don't know. I'm not trying to like critique your stuff too much, my friend. But it's a balance of like being disingenuous or not, you know? My brother Comics with Bueller is here. The Bubes. Sound off in the chat. Look at that. Siggy just left. He's just chilling. Funhouse Comics is here. 99 Newsstand Manu, my brother. Thank you for sending me that message, by the way. That was very nice of you. We got Perry Comics. You guys got to check out Perry Comics. He does reaction videos to movies that he's never seen. And it is outstandingly impressive how many movies this gentleman has not seen. It's pretty hilarious watching him react to it. Like, didn't I like watch you react to Big? Like that Tom Hanks movie? You're like the first time watching Big. Like, who hasn't watched Big? Like, what the heck? We got Feeman in the chat. What's up? Bry's here. What's cooking? You guys, have you hit the like button? I've taken over Sticky Goose's channel. Officially, it's mine. At least while I'm on the screen. It's mine. How are you guys feeling? How are you feeling right now? Got figure drawing saying Goose didn't want to cry on the stream. I don't think he's crying, dude. I don't think he's crying. I think what it was is that I was being truthful. Sometimes the truth hurts, man. But the thing is with Sticky Goose is when we chatted, I told him like, yo, you're entertaining. And that's the thing. Whenever I can see peeps who are participating and providing value and entertainment to the community, it's like, okay, they got that little extra spark that's going to possibly get someone else into comics. Maybe they'll read or collect or something. I saw Sticky Goose going through his X-Men collection. Dude's got a great X-Men collection. I would love to hear him talk more about X-Men. I don't know, in the chat. You let him know. You let him know. Sticky Goose is a cool guy. Like I chatted with him on the phone, and that's why I'm here. He was actually really kind to me. I had some questions. It was kind of like this. He even asked, like, is there anything that you don't want to talk about? I think he asked, or maybe I brought it up. I can't remember. Maybe if he's still here, we can chat about that. But he was very respectful. This will be deleted. Oh no. I hope he doesn't delete it. Remember that guy that was the better? I don't know what's going on, guys. Sticky Goose just left. Shoot me the link and I'll jump on. I don't have a link to shoot you. I'm not the one controlling it. I've taken over Sticky Goose's channel. It's tough, yo. It's tough to do what we do, man. Sometimes you just gotta like take a break. Take a little break. He never told me he was gonna do this, by the way. He didn't say, yo, I'm just gonna like leave mid-interview. This is the first. I have never been on someone else's channel. And after I got done saying something, in response to the host, mind you, where they just left, and I could just do whatever on this channel. I could just like pull up on my phone Endgame and just like play it. And this channel would just be gone. Seems a little irresponsible, my brother. It's good that you have someone you can trust here, but seems a little irresponsible. I don't know, just me. All right. Sticky Goose has flown the coop. That's funny. I don't know, guys. I'm not sure. I have no idea. Oh, he said his internet is down. His internet's down? Is that right? All right, well, what do you guys want to talk about? I have a graphic novel coming out. Have you guys read Crashdown? It's a horror sci-fi. I like do some crazy body horror with the help of living horror legend Ben Templesmith. It's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. You're going to read it and go, damn, this guy must like Alien and Lovecraft and Lost. And then you're going to go, oh, wait a minute. That's what they put in the credits, is that I was inspired by that. So what's up? But yeah, you can absolutely order Crashdown right now out of previews. We have the cover A, and we also have a alt cover limited to 1,000 graphic novels coming out, available around the world. Your boy's gone international. Your boy's gone international. It's good stuff. I mean, do you guys know, is his internet down? Or did I take him down? Did I do it with my powers? Up here, dude. All right, I'm going to read the chat. Tom, you always been genuine with the community. Keep doing what you're doing. I try. He's trying to reboot. Okay, cool. I mean, I don't know if that's him actually there saying that. Maybe someone's just saying that. We only came here to see Sticky, not the used car salesman. Dude, okay, here's the thing. If you make a comic book, you got to tell people about the damn comic book. And when you get invited to a show where you can mention the thing that you did, because like, you don't get paid for this kind of stuff, you do that. So you should join the mystery mail call is really what you should do. Get some peace from Mocha. How many comics does Tom sell in a month? That will help establish if he's a casual or pro dealer. Don't deflect. How many comics do I sell in a month? I sell a lot of comics, dude. That's a lot of comic books. I mean, the mail call is 5 comics in every box, $34.99, multiple exclusives, right? On Whatnot, I stream weekly over there. Do like at least 100, 200 auctions a week over there. I mean, it depends on the month. Thousands? We're a comic shop. Got to get get those comics made, man. If you want comics to be made, gotta make them. I try. Show us your short box, bro. I mean, I could. Is that what I'm supposed to do right now? He just left. This is the first. It's like, could you imagine if he asked me a question or he just said something, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to answer that. And I just like left. I just left. Imagine the content that would come after that. You know what I'm saying? Think about that for a little bit while I'm here just like hosting the Sticky Goose channel. It's getting kind of weird, dude. It's getting kind of weird. I'm going to use your channel, brother. We're going to be chatting. And if it is an internet connection thing, which I don't, how is it an internet connection thing? Wouldn't the whole thing be done if that was the case? I don't know. He's fleeing the, I didn't say he's fleeing the interview. I'm kind of talking to myself with your chat, with the chat right now. It's good to see you guys. When is my next Whatnot show? I'll be live tomorrow. And also I just got done talking to John Boy Myers, and he's going to fly up here and he's going to drop some Street Fighter books, and it's gonna be really cool. So yeah, follow me on Whatnot. If you use my code, you actually go over there and you get a $15 credit. You can use that on your first purchase. You don't have to buy anything from me. Just come over there, find something for 15 bucks, use the credit, and peace if you don't want to do anything. Like literally just come by and get a free book. He's coming back.
Hey,
was it internet problems?
Jesus Christ, dude.
Dude, it was internet problems. Ladies and gentlemen.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, dude. I thought you pieced, man. I thought you just left.
No, I wouldn't.
I literally was like, dude,
it's my fucking channel.
He's like over here trying to sell his book while we have internet problems. Come on.
You grifter.
I'm not trying. Oh, I'm not trying. I did. I thought you left. Who is that?
That's my wife.
She's just gonna like yell from the corner. She can't talk herself. Like, come on the mic. Let's chat, Mother Goose. I thought he left the channel.
Yeah. Well, it was an internet issue.
Hold on. For Mother Goose's sake, who has something to say in the chat, if you thought Sticky Goose just left, put a 1 in the chat. If you thought he had internet problems, put 2 in the chat.
Okay, Tom, we're gonna call it.
She called me Sky. What did she call me? Slimy. So I want to see what the community thinks.
Appreciate you coming on, dude. Thank you. We're gonna just call this now. I honestly,
that's a lot of ones.
I appreciate you.
So I just want to make sure you know.
Keeping on going. I appreciate you doing that. And trying to save the show.
I thought you were doing something funny. With all due respect.
I was not doing anything funny. No.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, in the chat, don't hold it against them. Dude, hey, this is part of the problem when you make the kind of content you do. The first thing people think is always trying to do something funny. I literally thought that you were like, oh, I'm going to back out and just give Tom the whole screen. Like, I thought you're joking around.
That's funny.
But yo, I said nice things about you. I talked about Crashdown, so thanks for letting me do the plug. And yo, guys, hit the like button and support Sticky Goose. He like made this happen, and I canceled twice. So I appreciate it.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you guys for showing up. Appreciate it. Thank you, Comic Tom. Take care.
Adios.